I can just think carefully, I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it.
I wake up every minute with a fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss, see. I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Stroke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact.
Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it. I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind, you know I'll always manifest it.
What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are?
I'm the word. Boy, about I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I won't ever ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up, so it's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But before we do that, do me a favor, hit that like, and if you new, hit that subscribe, man. Free to you, but it mean the world to me. And with that being said, let me get it to the chat. Let me get it to the chat. Dee Dee. Dee 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 Dee. What up, Dee Dee? Mr. Gary busting down Brown. What it do with the business is, man? Hey, it is an open panel. I do got the link posted on the community wall, and I think it's on the. I don't know if I didn't put it in the chat. I'm about to put it in the chat in a minute. But before I put it in the chat, I just wanted to run through these quick three things real quick. Then we can have an open discussion about self cultivation. Cultivation. But yeah, we're talking about it's simply complex, man. That's what life is. Life is so simple. It's just built in complex parts. That's the best way I can explain it. And complex don't mean bad, man. You just gotta go through the motions of it, right? You just gotta do it piece by piece, like putting a bed together, right? It's simple. You just got complex parts, right? It's simple. Simple. It's not hard. Uh, not hard. Are you gonna face some adversities in life? Yeah. But if you prepare for it, if you got the wisdom, the abilities, the understanding, the wherewithal, the resilience, it's simple to go through adversity in life. It's not hard, right? So these three key things, right, is in fact these are the foundation of becoming a better you, working on yourself, self cultivation, whatever you decide to call it, whatever you want to call it. These three things are the foundation, and I can guarantee you with 100%, if these three things aren't implemented, you're not going to be successful. It's just not. It's not going to happen. Guaranteed. And one leads to two, two leads to three, and three is how you get to where you want to go. Right. That's what the third one do. Is how do you get to where you want to go? So, without any further ado, let's talk about this. All right. You know what I always say, man. We're here for a good time, but hopefully not a long time because I want to take my ass to sleep. Right. But the very first thing that you want to do is self cultivation. I mean, working on yourself, man. Get it together, getting yourself together. Right. New Year coming, great opportunity. You know, people always do that New Year's resolution. I don't believe in it, but if you do, here you go. Give me the secret sauce. Right. You're getting that sauce. So the very first one, right? Debar all outside thoughts. Get into your own head. I use that term debar for a reason. Because what debar means to exclude or exile, get rid of, right? All outside thoughts. Why is that important? Because when you're working on yourself, the very first thing you want to do or understand, you have to accept yourself from where you at right now, right? And to do that, you have to know how you got to where you got to accept it, right? This is the complex aspect of it. Right? It sounds easy, okay, get everybody's thoughts out my head. But if you don't understand the why, it'll be hard to identify what your thoughts and what other people's thoughts are, right? So this is the key. This is where you want to start it. A lot of people go into like an isolation mode. That's why people come out of jail be having epiphanies about life because they can actually get in their own thoughts. They see what thoughts are theirs and what thoughts were put in there. Other people thoughts. Give you an example, right? You ever had somebody tell you about somebody before you met the person? So you go in already having ideas about a person, and then when you see certain behaviors, you be like, "Yep, that person told me this person was like that," and that might be true. But context is everything in life. Context is like black gold, like oil. Context is everything because they told you this person was like this. They gave you their observation. Maybe they didn't go into detail why the person is like this. If you understand why people do, not just what people do, but why people do it, you understand the person even better. Because some people do things because they're triggered, right? And we all humans, right? We all humans, bro. I can understand if somebody get triggered and become disrespectful versus somebody who just disrespectful is the difference. Okay, it's the difference between the two because the cause and effect factor, right? So you go in with a preconception how this person is because you was told, then you see something, a behavior, and you, well, yeah, the person did, but you don't understand why. But then when you understand why, you're like, okay, well, shit, I don't blame them for being like that because this happened to them, because they've been through this, because they're going through this. Be different reasons why people do different things at different times. But without context, that's just a biased judgment, and that can be wrong. So just taking that scenario to just any like your general thought, why you look at things. If you understand your thoughts, you understand the belief that created the thought. You understand the belief that created the thought. You understand if it's beneficial for you or not. It could have been a false belief that created a thought. Now you got a perception. This is why people cling to stereotypes. Never experience this individual person, but because this person is black, because this person is white, you're going to automatically assume this person is like the stereotype attached to it, right? Now you understand why. We go into the complex aspect. Even if you adhere to stereotypes, understand why you do that. Because for me, it's lazy. It's a lazy way to identify somebody's behavior. Instead of observing, you're asserting. You're not observing the individual to see if they even fit the It's okay to have a scale, right? If people fit it, then they fit it, right? If the shoe fit, they gotta wear it. That's just the shoe they marching in. But to assume is to show lack of intelligence. To assume is to show lack of intelligence. So you have to know if your thoughts, beliefs, because the way you think stems from a belief. That belief usually stems from an emotion, how you feel about it. Now, you have to understand why you think about things because the way you think about things is the way you approach things. This is the complex. We enter it's simple concept. Get into your own head. Eliminate everybody else's thoughts. Identify your thoughts. But how and why is that important? I told you the what, give you the why and the how. Right. So just understanding, like, is this my thought? Okay, this is my thought. Why did I have this thought? Because of this experience. Due to this experience and the result it yielded, I developed this belief. Now, when I associate this belief to my current experience, I have this thought. That's fine. Then you can explore your belief. But if it's something that was given to you, now you got to look like, damn, okay, I believe this because it came from here, and now I'm thinking like this, and I'm approaching the situation. But is this my belief? Is this belief even beneficial to me? This is something that was given to me. It could come through nurture. It could come through education. It can come from just interacting with different people and never having the experience with something that other people did and they influenced you. People develop beliefs off of things they never experienced in life because the influence from other people. It can even be social media. So if that thought is not even yours, but it was given to you, and you never really sit back and look like, is this actually for me? Is it beneficial for me? Is it appropriate for the situation or circumstances I'm in? Is it right? Simply complex. Get into your own thoughts. Like I said, a lot of times you might have to isolate yourself. You might have to isolate yourself from other people. You might have to isolate yourself from social media. You might have to isolate yourself from friends and family. All these outside influences, you have to isolate yourself. And that leads to number two. Number two is self reflection. My bad, I wasn't even in the chat. Frankie Blanco, what up, though? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. My 33 brother, Mr. Gary Busted Dog Brown, what it do with the businesses. Yeah, hit that like for me, y'all. Hit that like for me. Anybody else come in? I apologize. I was on that whole different screen into your chat. See, yeah. So number two, self reflection. Right? There's no point of doing this if you don't do step one. Right? As I said, one leads into two. Without doing step one, you're not gonna be successful. And doing step two is hard, right? It's hard. Like when it was suggested to me, it was told once a week. You know, go. You hear a lot of people talk about what at the end of the week. And that's cool because now they consuming stuff from the beginning to the end of the week. I understand that, right? But I always suggest people to do at least 3 times. You got 7 days in a week, do it 3 times a week starting off. And then eventually you'll do it every day. And then once you build the habit of doing it, you begin to do it with every action. It becomes so innate. It happens subconsciously. You'll start reflecting a lot quicker the more you practice it though. Most people don't reflect on what they do until they have to. Just the little things you do. I reflect on everything to understand why I'm doing it. Because behavior and traits, routines, they all stem from something. And if you can't identify them, you can't heal from it, can't grow from it, can't learn from it. Most people don't know why they do what they do, they just do it. And they get set in that. Well, I don't really know. This is just something I do. Little things, bro. I be asking people, why you do that? They be like, man, I don't know. It's just something I do. I be like, that shit crazy. Because if I picked up on that, imagine if somebody pick up on your habits, your routines, your patterns, and they have ill intent. This is how people get manipulated. This is how people get guided. This is how people get emotionally triggered. Self reflection has so many benefits, right? But the biggest benefit is knowing why you do what you do. So if it's detrimental to you, you can work on it, you can fix it, you can heal from it. If it's beneficial for you, you can make it even better. You can make it even better. But it's hard, right? Because very first thing you got to do, this is the complex aspect, right? Simply complex. Self reflection, it sounds easy, very fucking hard to do, especially when you first start doing it. For most people, some people it may come easy because they ain't got nothing ugly to look at in the mirror. But if you got something ugly to look at in the mirror, it's hard to do. This prevents people from maturing or developing, though, especially emotionally. The lack of self reflection prevents people from developing emotionally. Instead of understanding their emotional impulses, their emotional triggers, they make justifications and they make excuses for them. This is just how I am. Well, why? People will tell you they just like that, but can't tell you why they like that. Because if they could tell you why they like that, they could prevent it. They understand their triggers, they understand their weaknesses, and they won't even if they can't control it, they won't put themselves in position for it. It's some things that I am still emotionally triggered by, and guess what? I don't put myself around those things. I am aware of my triggers. That way I could prevent from triggering. I'm responsible for me. Self cultivation is self improvement. You can't control nothing outside yourself. But if you control yourself, ain't nothing outside of you control you neither. You can't control things outside yourself, but if you can control yourself, the outside can't control you. And that's the key. Not about controlling things outside yourself. It's about not letting those things outside yourself control you. That's the key. Self reflection. Reflecting on self, right? Hardest part is because we make mistakes, right? We fuck up. And when we do so, a lot of times it don't feel good to keep reliving that. We don't want to keep reliving things that don't make us feel good. Naturally, our ego protects us from that. A lot of times your ego protects you from not feeling good. So instead of saying, okay, damn, I fucked up, people will make excuses or justifications. Well, if this wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have did this. Well, they did this, so I did this. That's what most people do. If it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for that, if the cat in the hat didn't come back. That's what people do. They do all that instead of saying, you know what, man, I messed up. So, damn, okay. I know not to do that no more. Because making justifications, you're giving the okay of your own behavior or your reaction. You're making it okay. So if it happened again, guess what? You're going to make it okay. You haven't learned from it. You haven't grew from it. My commander, what up, nine? The minister of general defense. The lady and the nine is in the building. What it do with the business is has been sacrificed until the eternal point. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Almost forgot that part. But yeah, so it's hard to really go within and to see what you did wrong. But it feels good to see what you do right too. It's a duality to that, right? There's a good and a bad aspect. So not only do you reflect on the bad, but you also reflect on the good. And the more good you do, the easier it is to reflect. And the easier it becomes to correct. To correct. I don't know why it's so hard for people to admit, like, damn, I was wrong. I don't think people fight to be right, even when they're wrong. Like, instead of just like, dang. I mean, I don't know. It's just hard. Sometimes I don't even be wrong, and I just be quiet, like, because I see the person fight, like, all right, man, you get it. Well, when I'm wrong, I'll be like, damn, okay, shit. I be wanting to know how to be, I don't know. I just think it's more important to get it right. than to be right. It's more beneficial to get it right rather than me being right. Always been more beneficial for me. I don't know. I equate that to low self esteem every time I see that. Uh, I equate it to low self esteem, which is common. It's not. It's common. Most people look for some form of outside validation. Majority of the people. If it happens consciously or subconsciously, I have to judge that on an individual basis. But when you look at the results or the actions of people, what people actually do, most people do things with um, most people actually show that they looking for some form of outside validation. Most people, not all people, just most. But it's very hard to, uh, in the beginning, especially like when you're young. Don't nobody want to be wrong, but that's one of the hardest parts of self reflection. Um, it is I think that's the hardest part, and I think that's the number one thing that prevent people from doing it. To be honest with you, even like talking to clients, I may point something out, and the first thing they do is jump straight to a excuse, and I always ask them. So if that situation continuously happen, you're okay with you continuously making this mistake, or you keep with this behavior. There's nothing that you see wrong with what you do, long as this situation happens. Believe it or not, people be like, "Well, yeah, that's just the talk." Like, well, that's how people open themselves up to be manipulated. That's how people get tricked out their own spot, is because they're impulsive. If people know your trigger and know you can be triggered, then they're gonna trigger you. That's what triggers are for, to be pulled. Triggers are there to be pulled. So once somebody see the trigger, they gonna pull it. That's what triggers are for. So you can't be mad at people if you show them a weakness and they exploit it. You can't be mad when people do that. I'm not saying everyone is going to. I'm not saying people are supposed to do it. What I'm saying is it's available to be done. If it's available to be done, someone is going to do it. But simple. It don't make sense to rob a bank, but people still do the shit because it's available to be robbed. That's why they do it. Whether it's wrong or right don't matter. The reality is, does it exist? And if you have a trigger, it's going to get pulled. So self-reflection, and like I said, it leads into number three. This is my favorite one, y'all. Right? This is my favorite one. And I call this step think to do. And I work with my clients with this, right? To tell them, think of things that you can accomplish. Think of things that you can do different that you know you can accomplish. Because the small victory leads to the big victory. Like I said, most people suffer from self-esteem issues. Most people, a lot of people, in different ways, right? It may not be a confidence thing, right? It may not be in their ability. It might be the way they look. It might be the way they sound. It might be the way they talk. It might be internal things, but they lack self esteem. But when you begin to get small victories, you build that. Think about somebody overweight. If they get to walking every day and maybe they only lose 5 pounds a month, every 5 pounds is gonna motivate them to keep walking. It's gonna motivate them to keep walking. But if a person is overweight and they not losing weight, it ain't gonna motivate them to lose weight. Not until they hit rock bottom and probably have a health issue or something like that. Something is gonna take something, but if they're doing something, you can walk. They start walking. Maybe they only walk a half a mile. Then they start saying the weight goes. Then they turn that half a mile to a mile. A year later, they on the treadmill walking. A year later, they on the treadmill jogging. They might be on an elliptical bike. All the small things lead to big things. They add up, especially when it's building confidence, self-esteem, and resilience. But you have to think the things you. Some people have good ideas and never capitalize on them. You know why? Because they don't have the skill, they don't have the ability, they don't have knowledge, they don't have the wherewithal, they don't have the resilience. Most people don't act on good ideas because they're not equipped to. Some ideas be too big for them from where they at now. The idea be too big for them. Like stay with the weight loss thing, right? Some people can go right into the gym and start working out, but some people don't even have the confidence to be around other people to work out, right? That's why they don't go to the gym because they don't want to be talked about. They don't want to be looked at. They do. They got this thing in their head, lack of confidence, lack of self esteem, where they don't want to sit. So what can they do? They can go walk. That's something they can do because they're not around other people. They can go to a park. They can walk around their neighborhood. Shit, hell, you can walk around your backyard if you want to. As long as you walk, as long as you move, that's something you can do. Some people buy the equipment and work out at the house. Something you can do. Start little. Little lead to big. Think about things you can do now. Don't think about things you go do later. Not right now. Not in this process. You can think about that later. But right now, you want movement. You want a small victory. You want the small victories to add to the big victory. Just don't go for the gusto. But you need movement because just because you ain't moving forward, don't mean the world is stopping. The world ain't gonna stop with you. It's gonna keep going. As soon as you slow down or stop, it'll pass you up. When we're young, time's like slow down. But as we get older, it speed up. That's how it seems, right? Me and Gary was just talking about that, right? Older I get, the quicker the year, like it's about to be 2026. I remember starting the year off. You gotta think of what you can do now to get you, what you do today paves the path for you to travel tomorrow. Many people don't act upon things, like I said, because they're not equipped to, whether it's information, knowledge, ability, whatever it is, they don't act on it. I'm gonna do it when this happened. I'm gonna do it when that happens. You're waiting for the perfect circumstances, the perfect scenario. But time don't do that. Time don't wait. Time don't care about the perfect scenario for you. It don't stop. It keep going. So you need movement. Think about things you can do today that can lead to the bigger thing. It's simple, but it's complex. People go, even doing this process, right? Even in this process, when I'm working with people, I always hear this. Well, I just need one more. Like when we goal set, right? Goal set. Okay, so when we gonna start this goal? When we gonna start on this? Well, I need. Right now, I don't have time. Okay, you don't have it, make it. Well, right now I just gotta wait till this done and that's done. Well, when that's done, it's gonna be something else that need to be done. So if you really want this, you gotta carve. Sometimes just start little. You gotta go for the gusto. You gotta go for instance, say working out. I want to lose weight. Well, I know I gotta get in the gym. Well, I can't get in the gym right now. What can I do? Well, when I wake up, I can spare 5, 10 minutes to do some stretches. I can spare 10, 15 minutes to do some calisthenics. I can go on a walk before I go to work. I can go on a walk when I come home from work. I can carve out 30 minutes for that. What can you do now, today? What can you do? That's how you got to think. So you can have a long term goal. I want to lose weight. Eventually, I want to get in the gym. But until I can get there, what can I do to start the process? How can I start? The micro always leads to the macro. Small things always define the bigger thing. What they say is the devil's in the details. Well, this ain't the devil, but that's where everything is in the detail. Small things you do. You go right in the gym, you might not have the stamina to do the workout, but if you start walking, and by the time you get to the gym, your stamina will be up. You done already developed resilience just through the walking. You done already nurtured the habit of pushing yourself just through the walking. So now you're in the gym doing harder workouts. Even your body, you condition your body. Like anytime I go from working out, when I always tell my wife to, anytime I take time off from working out, before I go back, because I used to lift heavy and do like heavy shit, right? So before I can do that, I have to condition myself to get back to the point where I can do those heavy loads. This is why, I'm gonna use another sports analogy. This is why they have like training camps before the season starts, so they can condition themselves for the very rigorous journey they about to take throughout the season. And a lot of people who miss those training camps come in and get injured right away. A lot of times they get injured right away because they're not conditioned. They're trying to do all this extra work without being conditioned. So even in life, when it comes to self cultivating, we did the reflection. Another aspect I've left out talking about the reflection part. I want to hop back into that real quick. Let me put this back on there. Earth Two Wise, what it do with the businesses? Appreciate you, appreciate you. Let me go back to this part right here, the self reflection part. Right. One of the key aspects about self reflection is this: looking at self, saying what you do right so you can do more of it. Looking at self, saying what you do wrong so you can do less of it. This is the whole why, right? There's a lot of things we do right. We don't do it enough. Just don't do it enough. Like it's times you care about how you feel and you do things about it. Imagine if you did that all the time. You have the power to change how you feel at any point in time if you cared about how you feel. You gain that power. Saying the things that we do wrong. Maybe we do too much of it. We could do less of it. Imagine, like when I was younger, I used to play video games, right? And I found myself during the baseball season. Like I used to go to practice, come home, and still work out, do some drills, eat, relax for a minute, go to sleep. But I think it was my junior season, I found myself playing video games. So I go to practice, come home, play the game, and I seen my stats start to drop. right? That season, I ain't sucked, but my stats dropped, and I'm looking like, damn, fuck, I do. My freshman year was better than my junior year, and I noticed I was playing a baseball game. I was playing a game during baseball season. I was playing a game. I wasn't out there practicing. I wasn't out there drilling. I was playing a game. Now, I'm not telling you shouldn't play the game, but what can you accomplish if you play the game a little bit less? Because if you playing the game, I caught myself playing the game 4 hours in one day, right? I'm like, damn, I got 24 hours in a day, and I spent four of them playing the game. I spent another eight of them sleeping, 7 hours sleeping. That's 10 hours. Let's say 6 hours sleeping. That's 10 hours. Spent another 8 hours in school. That's 18 hours. What did I do for the other six? Couldn't even remember. Couldn't even remember. So imagine if I did that a little bit. Like when I was talking about the losing weight aspect, right? People most common excuse, well, I don't have the time right now. Well, if you self reflect and you look at what you can do less, you can increase what you can do more. If you look at what you do less, you can increase what you should do more. So it's not only looking at self like what I need to not do or what I need to do, but it's also looking at self, what can I do less, what can I do more. Simply complex. Not hard. It's just complex, man. All right, back to the that's all I missed 33 right now. What to do though? It's a small thing. Right? It's a small thing. But this leads to this, right? This ain't a fourth one. This is just the benefits, right? Creating beneficial habits. That's what the key is. Because most people run off patterns, man. Majority of people, they run off patterns, man. And if you can change those patterns, you can do what I say is reprogram self because you program, like it or not. Most people are programmed. They get routines. They wake up, wash their ass, go to work, go to school, do whatever they do. That's what most people do. They got a routine. They got patterns. They got habits. Even when we talking about um, how people respond or react to people, it's habitual. It's people's habit. How people interact is habitual. Everyone has habits. Everyone has patterns. Everyone has routines. There's very few spontaneous people where you can't really get, and those people, nine times, because I'm one of those people, I do shit intentionally. If I see somebody reading me, I give them signals, I give them shit to read. I ain't gonna lie to you. I always been transparent. I'm a smart ass like that. If I notice somebody's trying to read me, I'm gonna give them shit to read. Very few people do things like that. Very few people are spontaneous. Very few people live in a more observant realm and they adapt to the situation. Very few people do that. It's not a large population. Most people, you put them in a situation, you're going to get this. You put them in this situation, you're going to get that. No matter what the circumstances is, no matter what the scenario is. Most we program. Now, what that program is a horse of a different color. Everybody got different programs. People got similar, very few people got the same. Even in the same household, you see people respond or react to the same thing different ways, even if they was raised in a household. All about personal experience, personal perception, how they downloaded that information. They have similarities, but everybody different, bro. Everybody different. But that's the key. We're doing all this to create better habits, and this is a form of reprogramming. So taking all the old stuff out that's not beneficial and putting the things that are beneficial. Your program. Now I'm telling you that. Guess what? Now you can do something about it. Program yourself the way you want to be programmed. Because you are. Like it or not, you program. And it's not a problem, not an issue. It's just a human thing. Just how we are. But what we can do, what most people need to do, when we talk about self cultivation, you write your own story. And this is the foundation of it. This is how you begin it, this is how you start it, this is how you obtain it. Intentional. Because if you don't, then you just running on some program that 9 times out of 10 you were indoctrinated with. 80% of the things people know is what they was told. 20% is what they figure out. Prove me wrong. Your name is your name because somebody told you your name. Your race is your race because somebody told you you're that race. Most of the things you know is what you read, what you was indoctrinated with, what you was educated with, what you was nurtured with. 20% is what you experience and what you figured out yourself. Most things you ain't even aware of things. You don't even notice things unless you're aware of things. And most of the things you're aware of is what was told to you. That's how it worked, man. That's how it worked. I was gonna do a show on something I seen, but I don't know, bro. I can't pull myself to I don't know, man. I just don't be interested in people like that. I just couldn't pull myself to talk about somebody else tonight. I gotta be in that mood where I feel like talking about other people. But the link is dropped. But yeah, so what y'all think about that? I didn't get y'all the sauce. Three keys to self cultivation is simply complex. It's not hard. It's just work. It's just work. And it take one step at a time. Just like you're putting something together, you get the instruction manual. You don't start. Sometimes they got you putting the cabinet together before you put the whole base together, and it's for a reason. Because if you put this part before this part, you ain't gonna be able to fit this part on. So this part got to go on before this part, so everything can fit. So take your time, do it in steps, do it in concessions. Yeah, but it's not hard. It is work though. You can't be paying attention to nobody else. You got to focus on you, man. You got to focus on you. The world ain't gonna change because you want it to. It's not. You can't control nothing outside you. Can't control what people do, but you can control how you respond to it or how you even react to it. That's what you can control. Can't control what they do, but you can control what you do after they action. You can control that. How you respond or how you react is all under your control. If if you ain't manipulated, if you ain't triggered. If you triggered, then they ain't controlling you. I appreciate that, command. Yeah, I had a family member going through some stuff, and I was talking to him, and everything how they felt about the situation was predicated on things that they couldn't control, things outside of them, how people looked at it, how people was doing this, how people was doing that, and I'm like, that's never gonna stop. That people like I haven't went through this, especially on the internet. In life, I had to develop tough skin when I worked in the hospital. I tell the story a lot, but I had to develop tough skin because I couldn't control how people looked at me or what people said about people to look like me. I couldn't control it. And if I couldn't control myself, those bigots would have won because what they were saying was emotionally triggering. It was emotionally triggering. And they were so eloquent in the way they articulate themselves was so fucking condescending. That passive aggressive bullshit I hate. That they was masters at that, you know, with words. It was like, God damn, bro. And if you get triggered, then it's like, well, I didn't really say nothing bad. I'm just stating, you know what I'm saying? But you know what it means. That's subliminal shit. So I had to develop tough skin. But that tough skin is still skin. Even though it was tough, that shit was still wearing thin. Then I had to sit back like, man, you know what, bro? I can't control ignorance, bro. And that's what I want. I want people not to be ignorant. That's what I want. I wanted that because I didn't feel I was ignorant. I didn't feel like that. But the more I was around it, the more it affected me. Even though I had tough skin, I wasn't reacting. But until I really swallowed that concept of, look, bro, you can't control how people look at you. You can't control what people say to you. You can only control how you respond. I didn't even give myself an option to react because if I react, I'm gonna punch somebody in the face. That's gonna be my only reaction I got. I'm gonna hit you in the mouth. I'm gonna make you shut up. I'm gonna make you not be able to talk for a week or two. That's how I felt. Then I had to look. Why do I feel like this about what other people say? Because I cared. I cared, bro. I used to care so much about how people looked at me. Because that's what I was taught. That was important. I was supposed to. That's how I was indoctrinated. And my grandmother never told me, care how other people think, but she never said that. But that was just how the world worked. That's just how it worked, man. So yeah, I cared about, and then when I stopped caring, I used to look at people like I used to feel bad for people at first. Like, damn, you focusing all that your emotions, like because for people to even talk about other people, you have to care about either the person or whatever came out their mouth. You got to care about something for you to even want to talk about it. So to talk about something that don't concern you, you invested in. I began to look at the actions, right? I don't care what people say. I care about what people do because what they do tell the story to me. That gives me context. That tells the untold story, actually. People action. It tells you the untold story. I can tell you what happened to people's life just by the way they respond or react to things. I can tell you what happened. Like certain things you can tell how people react. So when I began to understand that, I'm like, damn, man, these people are so invested into other people's lives, and it's various reasons. Sometimes people ain't got their own fucking life, so they be in other people's business, right? That's just sometimes they don't have it. Sometimes their business be so fucked up that they don't want to pay attention to their business, so they go point at other people's business because they shit all fucked up. So people do the same thing for different reasons. But the whole that even looking at it like that, for me to care about something somebody else doing that I have no control over, I'm neglecting what I need to be doing. That's what's really happening. That's in the action. Somebody so invested into other people's lives, they neglecting themselves. So that's why I said because you see that. Like I seen so like people be gossiping about other people's relationships at work, and they got a fucked up relationship at home. Now I'm thinking like, okay, if you invested that time you was talking about these other people into what you could have been doing better, your relationship wouldn't be fucked up at home. It wouldn't be messed up at home. That's like even in my relationship, I don't be like my wife. She be, every time my wife like she'd tell me like some stuff happening, and I'd be like, "What that gonna do for me? What that gonna do for me?" Like if I listen to this, what I get? I get something out of it. Okay, I listen to it as long as I get. Okay, yeah. She be like, "You a smart ass?" Yeah, I am a smart ass. I don't really care what nobody do. I really don't. It's hard. Long as what they doing ain't interfering with what I'm doing, hey, that's the right. That's the beautiful thing about living in America, man. As long as you ain't infringing on me, I'm good. I ain't bothering you. You ain't bothering me. Yeah, man. I don't hate. This I can't right off the top of my head to be 100% honest with you. I can't tell you nobody I hate. I can tell you things I don't like, but I like hate is a strong word to me. It's like for me to hate something is like it's kind of cursing. This is just my opinion. This is something I don't really share because it's part of my like spiritual, if you want to call it, religion, whatever you want to call it. But for me to hate something is like me cursing myself. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at hate. And I may say it to express an opinion or conversation, but I don't really have hate in my heart at all for nothing. It's very, and then it's not that many things I don't dislike. Because for me to even really dislike something, it has to be personalized to me or catered to me. Like the things I can say I hate is like, from a social standpoint is like abuse of women and children. I think that shit, especially like when men do it or adults. I don't care if it's man or woman abuse children. I hate that shit. That I can say I hate any form of abuse. If it's mental, physical, or emotional abuse, I don't believe in abuse. Period. Um, that I'm triggered by that because of my experience in life. I am still triggered about different forms of abuse. That's a trigger for me. I can be honest about that. But other than that, I can't really think of nothing I hate. To be honest with you, like when it comes to people, I gotta care about people. I gotta be emotionally attached to a person to hate them. And if I don't if I don't rock with whatever I have no emotional attachment, so therefore I can't hate. I may dislike a person's personality, but even I know that it's subject to change. Like people change, so there's no point of hating people because at any point they can have an epiphany and change. Something can happen to them and they can have a life altering experience and change. So, um, yeah, I don't. There's no. I can't rationalize the reason I hate someone other than what I just said. As far as if forms of abuse. Yeah, I can rock with the hate. Yeah, I be feeling sorry for people. Like I said something on TikTok one night. Like this dude, he was like yelling and screaming, and they was like, "Oh man, you just gonna let him talk?" Like, bro, I ain't like what I'm supposed to do. Like this person, I'm trying to have a conversation with a grown man. They want to yell, scream, call me names, and well, that just sound weak because you're not. And I'm like, bro, I don't take people like this serious. Evidently, they going through something, bro. You don't even know me. I got an opinion, and you give me this. Yeah, like I just banged your wife or something, bro. So you're going through something. I feel bad for you. Oh, I don't need you to feel bad for me. I like, bro, shit. Somebody gave you a hug, you probably wouldn't be all like that, bro. Like, bro, I gave an opinion, and my opinion wasn't even strong, bro. Like, evidently, you triggered, bro, and I understand because I've been there before. You know, not probably what you triggered by, but I've been triggered before. But for a grown man to do all this, bro, I mean, you don't even know me. Like, I'm supposed to feel disrespected. Why? Who are you? Like, evidently, you're not significant to the people in your life, so why would I make you significant in mine? I'm not gonna get upset, man. And y'all know shit. I be blowed. I don't be caring. Like, what cats say? I got that fucking in my system. Like, man, I don't be taking people serious like that. But I can't get triggered. Y'all seen it a couple times. I can get triggered. Catch me on the wrong day, you gonna get it the right way. I'm human, bro. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I'm some supernatural being that came from the planet Venus and came to wake everybody up. Nah, bro. You catch me, now it probably won't happen as much as on a basic or common level. But I can be triggered. I can be triggered. And sometimes I just be in the mood to, uh, just made the moment. Yeah, he was getting mad as hell because he was getting mad because I wasn't getting mad because I was like nonchalant about it. Man, you just a bee. You wouldn't bust a grape. Why? Nah, I would eat it. I probably wouldn't waste food. Yeah, I know I'm a smart ass. You wouldn't bust a grape. Nah, I ain't busting no grapes, bro. I ain't wasting no food, bro. You know how much grapes are, bro? He was mad at him. You wouldn't do shit. Nah, I wouldn't do shit if I was right in front of you. You know why? Because it's laws. You know what? And I like not being in jail. I like not being sued. It'd be those people who run up on you, you knock their ass out. They trying to sue you for everything you got. Like, bro, I just knocked the tooth out. Chill out, man. You ran up on me, bro. You was talking about. I've been in those situations, right, where somebody tried to get me locked up because they got in my face and assaulted me first, and I just got the best of 'em. Oh, well, you ain't have to do this. You ain't nah, bro. I don't believe that. I don't believe in this. You can't tell nobody how to fight. If somebody push you and they get shot, guess what? They wouldn't have got shot if they didn't push you. That's how I feel about life. You cannot, even when I talk to people, have conversation. If somebody react a certain way, I can't get mad at them, bro. Especially if I said something that's triggering. Or so I don't. That's the hard thing about having conversations, and I do my best to be delicate and try to be respectful to everybody in these conversations. Sometimes you can't though. Sometimes you can't help how people feel or get triggered about things. You can't help. But I do my best to be respectful to everyone who listening or who may be listening. Some things are sensitive to talk about, but I think I do it in a way, in a way that's respectful to most people. I feel like I do it in that way. And a lot of people don't care. But those same people, when you criticize them or you say something, then they be, man, I've never understood that. Like people who criticize people can't be criticized. Like when you criticize them, it's like the sky is falling, like they on some chicken little type shit. And then I'll be looking like, bro, you set yourself up to play the victim. Because if you're criticizing, like think of a cycle, right? You put something in it, the shit go come back. It's going in a circle. So what goes around comes around. So if you put something in the cycle, it's gonna come back to you. So if I constantly sit on this internet and criticize people, people will criticize me. Maybe not even the people who I'm criticizing may not criticize me. But I put myself in that cycle to be criticized. That's my action. That's what I'm doing. It's karma. Karma goes around and comes back. So whatever you do is coming back to you. That's how that works. So even if I'm not on here criticizing people, just by me putting myself in public, I open myself to criticism. You got to understand that. Once you make yourself public, you open. You can't control how other people. You gonna have some people saying some good things about you. You have people saying some crazy shit about you. No matter if you're doing good or bad. You remember the old saying? My grandma used to always tell me that people will talk about you whether you do something good or bad. They gonna still talk about you. So why care? Why care? If you're doing good or bad, people gonna talk about you. My grandma used to tell me, if you wake up, expect people to talk about you. Like, damn. Like, if you wake up, expect somebody to say something about you. If you wake up. Now, whether it's good or bad is predicated on that person, but they gonna say something about you if you wake up. You gonna be able to hear. But when you're dead, you can't hear nothing. So it won't matter. But even when you're dead, people still gonna talk about you. Even when you're dead. Even when you're dead, people gonna talk about you. That's just what people gonna do. They gonna talk. People go talk. So I mean, now how much value you give people's opinions about you, that's up to you. That's totally up to you. Totally up to you. I tell you this, I take the good just like I take the bad. And the same, it has the same value to me. If it's something I can reflect and observe and get better, it don't matter if it's good or bad. If it has substance to it, I can do something with it. If it don't, then it's not valuable to me. Like people just kiss your ass, that don't do nothing for me. Some people love that shit. Make them feel important and shit. For me, it don't do nothing for me. I like to hear people say nice things about me. Everybody does. Well, I like to hear people say bad things about me. I actually do. I love when people say bad shit about me. Because it's either true or not. And if it's not true, then I don't care. But if it's true, then it's something I probably need to work on. So I enjoy the good with the bad, man. I don't know what that means, but I don't know. I'm old, bro. I don't know. The best Navy King South African dinghy. I don't know how that resonates with the conversation we having, but I don't know. Maybe they built them dinghies out of vibranium. They got that shit from Wakanda. I don't know. I'm in America. Never seen an African dinghy. I ain't gonna say I haven't. Yes, I have. I've seen an African dinghy. I rode on an African dinghy. That's cool. I love trolls. I love trolls, and they respectful. I guess. I guess that was respectful. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. Keep commenting. Hit like and share. Tell your friends to tell a friend. Tell somebody. Tell somebody. Nah, word love the trolls. Yeah, I love the trolls. But yeah, so yeah, I don't even think I got nothing else to say. I got lost in the sauce. Thing is good. Man, Get that shit flipped over by a shark. I'm straight. I don't like animals that's way bigger than me. I know most animals, a lot of animals, I ain't gonna say most, a lot of big animals, but like motherfucking like blue whales, like what that's a fucking dinosaur, bro. You know how big a fucking blue whale is? I don't know why we talking about blue whales, but I couldn't imagine being in no fucking water and see this goddamn thing come underneath me. I'm straight. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Y'all gonna beam me up. I don't play in the water like that. Put me in the middle of no goddamn ocean. Fuck, I look like Aquaman. Hell no. Seeing big ass teeth, sharks and shit. I ain't playing with no goddamn motherfuckers be getting in cages and shit when I take pictures with sharks. Y'all some crazy motherfuckers, bro. Motherfuckers be too fucking adventurous. Oh man, let's climb Mount Everest. Man, it's cold as fuck. What the fuck I'm climbing Mount Everest for? I want to push myself to my limits. Go do some goddamn push-ups or something, bro. Motherfuckers be bored with life, bro. Like, you climbing no god. All these motherfuckers frozen. They talk about you can see frozen people. Man, I'm straight. Fuck, I need to. I want to accomplish some shit. Imagine that shit, bro. Imagine one day you just wake up like. I want to accomplish things that very few people did. I'm gonna climb Mount Everest, and your ass be 2 years later. Somebody coming to visit your ass frozen on the mountain. Hell no, bro. You could have still been living if you would have played a damn video game or something. Go download some shit on your phone and play Sudoku or something, bro. Like doing wild, crazy shit. I ain't gonna lie, I used to do stupid shit. But god damn, man, I ain't climbing no fucking cold, frozen ass mountain. Man, I don't think I ain't climbing no fucking mountain, bro. Not no shit that I need ropes and all that shit for unless I'm on a mission or something. Fuck that, bro. Hell no. Motherfuckers be doing well, I skydiving. I got a parachute though. I ain't doing no fucking free dive. I seen motherfucker jump out the plane after a parachute, but you gotta catch what if you don't catch the fucking parachute? Motherfuckers jumping from building to building and I'm straight, bro. I'm straight. Mm-mm. Hanging off shit. Nah. It can be on some final destination shit and the screw pop out and then the whole rail fall off. I say motherfuckers hanging from skyscrapers and like, come on now. Motherfuckers go to Africa just to get ate by a lion. Fuck is you riding around in a truck with no bars and shit on it. And there's big ass wild ass cats out there. Hell no. Motherfuckers hungry as hell. I'm straight. Motherfuckers be trying to get too close to shit they don't need to be close to. Uh-uh. No, I'm straight. That's why I'm keeping my ass in Michigan, bro. I ain't moving down south. I ain't doing none of that shit. I was watching something, the big ass snake in the motherfucker house. I'm straight, bro. I'm straight. Mm-mm. I'm good. Give me my winter, make it cold as hell, so all these we ain't even got big at them. Shit, y'all was on live when I'm looking at a deer like, bro, what the fuck you doing on my block, bro? This ain't the woods, man. You on my block. There's a deer on my block next door in the driveway looking at me. Well, hold on, bro. I ain't over in your hood. What you on my block for? I don't play that shit, bro. I'm good. I love nature. Just leave the shit in nature. I'm good. I don't want nature in my crib. Keep nature outside. In certain parts of nature, I'm not. I'm gonna go look at some trees. I'll watch some birds fly. I'll watch some fish, some little ass fish swim. I'll watch some sharks. Right, long as I'm on land and the shark is in the water, I can watch it. I can get some binoculars and see the little shark fin pop up. I can do all that. I'm not getting in no damn water with no sharks and no whales and no shit like that. Motherfuckers be wanting to swim with dolphins and shit. I'm good, bro. Stingrays. That's why my boy in here, Steve Irwin. That motherfucker wrestling with crocodiles. Like, hell nah, bro. Sticking heads in lions' mouths. Like, bro, you know these big ass they eat. I don't know, bro. Humans, bro. I don't know. Hey, girl. Had to get CPR. A smaller child. Yeah, he got arrested. Oh wow. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, man, we be watching Nate. I ain't look. I take my kids on. We go to the little nature center and walk a little nature path. Some man-made shit, but I'm straight. Motherfuckers be taking their kids in the middle of the forests and shit. Like, bruh, chill all that shit out, bro. Wait till they get older. Wait till they adults or something, man. I don't know, man. People take too many risks, man. I say unnecessary and uncalculated risks. People don't think shit out. They think they have a good idea and then go do it. You gotta. I was just talking to I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was giving them this analogy that Buddha gave. Like when he was talking about harmony, right? So imagine you got a lake, a still lake, meaning no ripples or nothing in the lake, right? And then you throw a rock or a pebble in it. You'll notice that waves go out in all directions. It disturbs the harmony of the lake, and it has many ripple effects. Going in north, south, east, west is usually in a circle, right? And in that circle, you have degrees. So you have the north, south, east, west aspect, but in between that, you have degrees. You have degrees to north. You have degrees from north to west, from west to south, from south to east, back up to north. It's degrees in between those four lateral points. It's degrees in between. So when we do things, we only see one aspect of it, but it has many effects. One thing you do has many effects that you may not see right away. And that's just what that's how it affects you. But you're the rock going into the pond. But it's how it affects people around you in different degrees. And it affects people positively, it affects people negatively in different degrees. Some people may feel what you did was right. Some people may feel what you did was wrong in different degrees. Simply complex. But every action has a result, and that result leads to other reactions. Every action has a reaction. That reaction is a result, but every result leads to another action. Does that if that makes sense? Yeah, but people be on some people be on some other shit, man. I'm straight. People be on some other shit. I am about to think about to put my son bed together. I gotta put two beds together. I still gotta put a whole bunch of shit together. These are all early good stuff. Um, everybody get what they want. They happy. I don't really do the holiday shit. I get people with the, I'm bad at that. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all rocking out, man. The link was pinned. It's still pinned. But I'm about to get out of here, man. I am about to get out of here. I just wanted to come. I was thinking about that. Um, I'm gonna put a poll up. I probably ain't gonna go live tomorrow. I'll probably go. What's tomorrow? I'll probably go live Friday or Saturday. But well, I ain't gonna go live today. I'll probably go live Friday, or Saturday. But yeah, man, that's all I got. That's all I got. I just wanted to drop that on y'all real quick. But y'all know what I always say: care about how you feel. These are conversations that create nations. And if anybody resonated with anything I said, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, that's all I got. That's all I got, man. I ain't got no more. Go to bed. Take a nap. Go to work. Whatever it is. You ain't gotta go home. I'm just getting off air.
Do it for the nine.
What up, nine?
Acknowledge me!